What it do, people? I'd like to welcome y'all to another episode of Knowdatsports Thursday Night Football Edition. It's your boy Moore Drive, man. Y'all know I represent Knowdatsports to the fullest. We got an interesting Thursday night game going on between the Minnesota Vikings and the LA Chargers. The Chargers are the favorite. They're giving the Minnesota Vikings 3.5 points. The Chargers come off a crucial loss against the Colts. Minnesota come off a crucial loss against the Philadelphia Eagles. With that being said, I'm saying the Chargers will not cover the 3.5 points that they're giving the Minnesota Vikings. If I'll take the 3.5 points. Appreciate you with the 3.5 points that you're getting the Vikings. I say the Chargers do not cover the 3.5. Over and under 44.5. I'll say up the scope. I can see both of the teams scoring over 20 points. I can see like a 28, 24, something like that. 26, 20, something like that. But I can see up the scope. Up the score on the 44.5. The Chargers will not cover the 3.5. I'll take Minnesota with the 3.5 points. Last but not least, for this little quick Thursday night edition, football edition, Knowdatsports top 10 teams in the NFL through week 7. And my top 10 teams are starting off with the Indianapolis Colts. They're my number 1 team. They're 1 spot up from last week. Last week they were 2, now they 1. The Colts playing damn good ball. No, for real, the Colts playing real good ball. Gotta respect that. They looking real good right now. Like they be tough to beat. Coming off a good win, a crucial win. That they went up to LA. I think they played them in LA, I believe. One of them got a win. That was a good win for the Colts. The Colts been playing good the last couple weeks. Last 4-5 weeks, to be truthful. At number 2 had the Detroit Lions. They're 4 spots up from last week. Last week they were 2. Last week they were 6. They moved up to 2. The reason why I moved them up to 2, because I like how they looked against Tampa Bay. They dominated Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay playing damn good ball. And they dominated Tampa Bay. Nah, for real. They dominated Tampa Bay. Made them look bad. And number 3, I have the Denver Broncos. They're 2 spots up from last week. Last week they were 5. This week they 3. The reason why I moved them up 2 spots, because I like how they did against the New York Giants. Them folks scored 33 points in the 4th quarter against the Giants. You could say that's on the Giants, but one thing about it, Denver did put the ball in the end zone. So I respect that. So I moved them up 2 spots there to 3 spot. At the 4th spot, back on the list is the LA Rams. The Rams ain't been on the list since week 4. They've been winning, but they've been a little shaky. But I like how they looked against Jaguars. They went in there, handled their business, beat them 35-7. Rams look pretty good. Got the Rams at 4. At 5, I got the Green Bay Packers. Taking them down 1 spot from last week. They were 4 last week. Now moving down to 5. The reason why, because they beat Arizona, but they badly beat Arizona with a backup quarterback. That tells me a whole lot. You got to tighten up. But I got Green Bay, my number 5 team, 1 spot down from last week. A new team on my list who've been playing good for the last 3-4 weeks, and they've been handling their business, is the New England Patriots. And my 6th team. This their first time making my list. New England looking pretty good. They got their quarterback. You can believe that. That boy Mayo, he won. He got it. And number 7, I got the San Francisco 49ers. They back on the list since week 5. They ain't been on the list since week 5. They back on the list. They got a lot of injuries going on in San Francisco, but they 5-2 leading the division. And I like the impressive win they had against Atlanta Falcons. Even though I feel like the Falcons gave that game away, but San Francisco handled their business, and I liked that. So I got them at my number 17. And my number 18, I have the Seattle Seahawks. They 1 spot down from last week. They were 7 last week. This week they 8. Reason why I took them down 1 spot, because they squeaked away against Houston. They beat Houston, but they squeaked away. Houston had a chance to beat them. So I took them down 1 spot, but Seattle still got a good team. I got them in my number 18. My number 9 team, It's the Philadelphia Eagles. They're in the same spot they were last week. Big win against the Minnesota Vikings. They pulled it out. But they didn't impress me nothing to move up on my list, so I got them still in my number 9 team as they were last week. And then my number 10 team, I got the Buffalo Bills. They're in the same spot they were last week. I think Buffalo had a bye. So they done moved. They stay in the same spot. 3 teams got knocked off of my top 10 teams. They've been on for, 2 of them been on for a while. One on, they ain't had nothing but a weekend, but how they just looked this previous Sunday, they're not a top 10 team. And the 3 teams that got kicked off is the Atlanta Falcons, the way they lost to the San Francisco 49ers, a wounded San Francisco 49ers team, and you go up there and score number 10 points. You're not a top 10 team. I done seen you do that too many times. You got to tighten it up, Atlanta, to make my top 10. The Pittsburgh Steelers, they were my number 2 or 3 team that week. I can't remember, but the way they went and lost to Cincinnati and how Cincinnati handled them, I had to knock them out of my top 10. I'm saying the other 10 teams that I put in front of them, all of them playing good ball right now, playing better than them. Matter of fact, except probably the Bills and Philadelphia. But both of them got wins, and they didn't, so I knocked the Steelers out. And my 3rd team, that I knocked out my top 10, is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That one was pretty hard to do because Tampa Bay playing damn good ball. But Tampa Bay went up there and got embarrassed with the Detroit Lions. And Detroit Lions are one of the top teams in the NFC. If you're trying to go anywhere, you're going to have to beat the Detroit Lions. And the way they do it against Detroit, boy, they gotta get that shit together. Nah, for real. But I'm going to run through my top 10 teams real quick one more time and get y'all folks up out of here. At 1, I got the Colts. At 2, I got the Lions. At 3, I got Denver. At 4, I got the LA Rams. At 5, I got the Green Bay Packers. At 6, I got the New England Patriots. At 7, I got the San Francisco 49ers. At 8, I got the Seattle Seahawks. At 9, I got the Buffalo Bills. And at 10, I got the Philadelphia Eagles. That is Knowdatsports top 10 teams through week 7 in the NFL. Hey, man, it's your boy Moore Drive, man. I appreciate y'all. I fuck with folks who fuck with me. I just broke down the Thursday night matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the LA Chargers. Same bat time, same bat channel. Friday night, 12 midnight, man. I'll be breaking down week 8 in the NFL. Picks, over and under point spreads. Game of the week, know that game, scuba game. We'll be at Friday, 12 midnight. On this same platform that you listen to right now. It's your boy Moore Drive, man. I fuck with folks who fuck with me. I appreciate y'all. Know that if you don't know nothing else. Shaking it.